I'm tired, boss. This stuff always comes out when either I'm asleep or I just wake up. I live in the worst time zone, I swear. So this is the maintenance patch notes. We're just going to get right into it for version update 0730 Etheria restart. I think there's some balance adjustments in here as well because, well, the RTA season ended. Let's hope they didn't nerf anything too crazy because, well, the game just hasn't had enough time to live with the dog water economy for most players. Anyway, let's just get in here. We're not going to spend too much time on the new Animus. Oh, there's two new Animus. So Lilium, she's got her own video. Anti-tank character, basically anti-bruiser character, and also anti-crowd control. She's just going to be like the one-shot you character, I guess, if you're a bruiser. We'll have to see what her mods are when she gets added to the game. We'll look into her more when she's added. But if you want to see what I thought about her, check that video out. It'll be linked down below, or just check out the channel. It's like a day old. This one, though, Sun Shadow Nell. This looks like a link, but it's not. SR Animus provides AoE vulnerable and speed buff. I mean, hopefully she does more than that. She looks like she's from the same thing as like not Tsukiyomi. Hands girl. We always call her Sleepy Hands. Kazuya the Reverie. Kazuya the Reverie timeline over here. AoE vulnerable and speed buff? Sure. I mean, we already have like AoE vulnerable with defense break and stuff with Dina. So hopefully she'll do something else. She is a support Animus. Hopefully she does more than those two things. Although speed buff is pretty powerful if you don't have like Lily on your account or Mio, which Mio in PvE's got limited usages, but she has AoE speed. So we'll have to see what she does. And then the banner's coming up on the 31st of July. So very short from here. There's like 2 days from now. 2 days from now. So, I mean, hey. Bruiser meta. Let's see if you can end the bruiser meta here for top end players, right? Lilium Archive preview. New Animus outfits. Cool. We're going to have Storm Blue. We're going to have a little palette swap for her there. Okay. Gameplay updates. All right, big one. Grim Pursuit Inferno difficulty now features a guaranteed mythic quality shell drop after every 5 battle victories. It'd be funny if it was after every 5 battles, even if you failed. You are guaranteed to receive 1 mythic quality shell. So, this either helps a lot or helps not at all, because I'm not exactly sure what the calculations are on like the drop table or whatever for getting a triple matrix mythic quality shell on Inferno. Remember, this is Inferno only, so it's not helping any hell or whatever. It's only for Inferno. And I don't know if it like rolls to see if an Inferno shell drops, and then it's like a 20-80 split to see if it's a triple matrix or what, or however those odds are being determined there. Hopefully it's something like that, so this will actually like boost the odds of you getting a triple matrix mythic quality shell. If it doesn't actually, and it's kind of funny, if it doesn't, like say like a triple matrix is always 2% regardless, right? It's just its own roll, and it'd be like 98% 2-set matrices, 2% triple set matrices. Well, I'm not getting my dream bond now, so this would be a nerf, right? If it doesn't increase the chances of you getting a triple matrices shell, this would be a nerf, which would be funny. Hopefully it increases the odds of you getting a triple matrices shell, though. I would like to see that in here, like how it affects you getting triple matrices shells, because like just the fact that it's mythic quality doesn't really do all that much. It's really triple matrices on Inferno. Anti-Sync Echoes getting updated. Cool, I guess. Great for the 5 people that are doing that. New Ember Trek mechanic introduced, Frostbite. Wow! The start of the battle, 1 random Animus from your lineup will be affected with Frost Mark after 10 turns of Snowstorm or sweep across the battlefield. It doesn't even say what it does, so I guess I can't. I guess. Oh! Guys! Frostbite Frostmark. Is this from the wolf or something? I don't know. This is kind of weak. I'm not gonna add. Secret stages have been added to Ember Trek. Wait. What if people already did Ember Trek? Is Ember Trek about to reset again? I can't. Is Ember Check about to reset again? I haven't done it since it reset, actually. I've been kind of doing other stuff. Oh, shit! Oh, wait, no, never mind. I do kind of got to finish that up, I guess. Whatever. Man, honestly, like, my friend and I were talking about this the other day. Like, my thing with Ember Trek, because I like Ember Trek, it's rewarding and stuff. I don't like, and hey, maybe it's just me, maybe we'll have to agree to disagree. I don't like the walk around, stab the dudes in the back, fight the one guy who's shiny, pick up some treasure chests. I kind of wish you could just skip that. And what this sounds like to me is that you're going to have to walk around and poke around to see if there's any secret stages or something in there. I hope that's not what it is. I hope it's something that just like as you're going through Ember Trek, whether it's the walk around and be stealth guy and open up chests or do the bosses, a secret stage will like randomly pop up, like at the end of Sonic, right? It's like, oh, you're going to Sonic stage with all the crazy stuff. You find the Chaos Emeralds. I hope that's what happens here. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Season Arena 1 opening, right? We're on Season 0 for like a month and a half. That's cool. New Arena loadout feature. Okay. A dedicated gear loadout system available exclusively for Arena Realm. So this is a not RTA. This is for your arena defenses, I guess. You can create specialized competitive builds for your Animus based on team compositions without affecting your regular PvE builds. This will help out, allowing you to use like Artisan on Lily, for example, while you're doing PvE, but leave her on something that has like Swift Raid or whatever on it for your PvP loadout, so you get that extra 19 speed, so you can just be fasty boy, right? If that's something that you're interested in doing there. Battle balance adjustments. After the conclusion of RTA Season 0, we've made several balance adjustments based on player performance and the overall strength of each Animus. Oh my god. We'll have to, please refer to season balance adjustments. All right, we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. That's going to be the good stuff. Issue fixes. Oh, it doesn't sound like we're going to have to spend too long on anything else. Issue fixes, battle. So this is just... Is this just text fixes? No, some things were not working correctly. All right, so and skill description incorrect. That's cool. Battle tips incorrect. Incorrect description. Incorrect mistake. Mistake. Is there anything in here that's like crazy? Fix an issue where equipping the bulwark module on Freya would cause the turn meter to display incorrectly. Weird. Oh, this is a big one. Fix an issue where Rahu would not trigger his co-op after acting until gaining a new stack of wrath. Which, yeah, a co-op after acting is like him coming in and doing a free attack. That's gonna be big for him, actually. That's gonna be pretty big for him. I don't know how often this would happen, but like imagine you're doing like, because there's a lot of bruisering, you know, in some of the RTA upper echelons once they have the ability to put bruiser teams together if they're not getting cleaved down by Revelation. Imagine not killing somebody and losing a match because like this bug happened to you. Esports ready, by the way, right? Holy shit. Some other stuff, nothing crazy. All right, gameplay issues, Eagle Eye. All right, you know what? It looks like, oh, what's this? Enhanced strategy functionality, add lineup recommend. Okay, we don't care. We don't care. We don't care. All right, you know what? I don't care. Is there anything making it? I don't want to skip anything. Okay, no. He's just selling out. He doesn't want to go over the Animus adjustments. All right, Animus adjustments. Hellkid. Ooh. Base speed increased from 111 to 117. He's 127 at 6-star. Holy my god. Okay. Now we're talking. So he's going to be like an anti-debuff character, and he's going to be pretty good at it as long as they can't strip you. So if you can strip his Hellkid barrier with like Obel or Heinrich up there with Unbuffable, that's fine. Like every character should have some sort of counter, but he's going to be able to be a good character against a lot of debuffer openers. He's going to be fast enough to compete there. Then also, his S3 has a higher attack mod for his Shroud Barrier, which is going to help you like maybe maintain the amount of barrier that you can have right now, because maybe, you know, because he's 127, you build him a little bit faster and maybe you have like a little bit less attack and substat rolls or something like that. shouldn't like affect him too much, but the barriers should be bigger overall, or even depending on your build, you can build him faster than you have him right now because you're incentivized to the 127 speed. And he's gonna still have like a big barrier, which will allow you to have that immunity. So yeah, he's got some counters with strips and unbuffable and stuff, but that's pretty good. Although, well, the barrier, we are getting a new SSR Animus that goes right through barriers. So, you know, whatever, dude, you know, whatever. All right, he's gonna be pretty good in that role though. Blade Holden's getting a buff. All right, punishment skill S1 mod going from 110 to 125, and I think his 3 hits, so that's a pretty sizable mod. A 375% defense mod on S1 is pretty nice, and it has a 25% base chance to inflict defense down for 1 turn. Okay, I can see that. I did feel like I was always like a little let down by his S1 a lot of the times, especially the defense break chance. Because of the way the game works, right? The maximum amount you had to defense break was 40%, no matter how much effectiveness you had there. So going up to 50% is pretty nice there. Then we have execution mode. Ooh, his passive gets buffed. 12% counter rate in 6% final damage for every 500 defense, which is pretty nice as well. Okay, so just like a little bit, you know, we're getting some bruiser love in here. If they're buffing bruisers, that means that they're not gonna nerf Revelation, right? Right? Let's see. Grim Penalty Chloros. And if they do nerf Revelation, I have an idea. Hopefully they did what my idea was, but we'll see. We'll find out. Grim Penalty Chloros. All right. 40% mod. Doom Toll. Final damage increases by 25% to 35%. Okay. And up to a maximum increase of 105%. So 4 stacks. So it only needs 3 stacks to cap out now instead of 4. Okay, so faster capping and overall damage increase. It's just a buff all around. Stacks faster. The upper threshold's 105, and you need 4 or 3. You need 3 stack increases total instead of 4 like before. Okay, I mean, fine. Sure. You know, PvE buff. I don't really think you need that in PvP, but hey, maybe he'll be like a secondary bruiser, anti-bruiser. He just kind of sits there, you sustain with him, and you just boom, boom, doom's toll, and then you just start killing people. So, and also like, that's kind of cool. Like if he kills somebody, they can't be revived. So if we can do like a bruiser meta, he might be able to stack up fast enough to kind of be good there. Rahu's getting a buff too. Holy shit. All right. 380% mod, defense mod, with an 80% chance to inflict defense down. Rahu and Holden, they were already kind of, it was like Rahu, Holden, Tiamat, like those were kind of like the 3 big ones for bruiser picks. And Tiamat didn't get buffed, right? But so far, but damn, that's pretty strong. Skill 3, defense buff, 2 stacks of wrath, and deal 400% mod. Okay. So these like defense scaling bruisers, I think they just might have like, this might be like, cause it's only the defense scaling guys so far that are getting like straight mod increases straight up. Maybe that's just something we're like, oh, you know, building defense wasn't as easy as we thought it would be. So they just needed like a mod increase to increase their threat level kind of. So we'll have to see about that. All right. SSR Burst Sweetie Rimaloka is getting a buff. For each 1%, this is their S2. Each 1% the target is lost, final damage increases by 1% instead of 0.6%. You know what? On the S2, that's kind of a lot. That's a lot. That's not double, but it's close, right? Like going from 0.6 to 1% damage increase. That's quite a lot. That's pretty substantial. And then her S3 damage mod increase, 200%, 3 hits. So that's a lot as well. That's an extra 60% mod to a single enemy. And then 100% chance to stun for 1 turn instead of 75. So this is like, hey, if you're having trouble doing Doki Doki and you happen to have Rimaloka on your account, probably a pretty easy way to get in there. A pretty easy way. Splash damage, 33%. If any of the first 3 attacks, 100%. Sure, yeah. I mean, stun, higher stun chance, higher mods here to finish off enemies. Cool. Fushu, the 4th Anima effect. This has to be Anima effect. Must be the dupe thing, so this probably won't. I think Anima effect is the dupe thing on prowess, right? Yeah, this was an oversight. They're just fixing this. I don't know why she ever got effect accuracy at all, considering she has no debuffs, but hey, you know what? It's fixed, guys. So the whales out there who pull 98 Fushus for no reason got effect res now instead of effect accuracy. I didn't even notice that was a thing because, like, who's gonna look for that? Not me. Phantom Edge Obero. Start of the turn, take indirect damage equal to 100% of the applier's attack. This is the bleed. So is this just gonna be, is he the only bleeder in the game? Is this just like a straight buff to bleed? Or is this just Obero? Which he's gonna be down here because listen, bro, hey man. Is this not Obero? That's the other guy. Oh, Obero's the girl. It's this person. Okay. Bleeding. So they have it under Obero, but they're just buffing. They're just buffing bleed. Is she the only person that bleeds? Is she literally the only one who bleeds? Does this guy bleed too? No. Is she the only one who bleeds? Maybe that's why. I mean, if they're buffing bleed, then sure, why not, I guess. Weird that it's under her though. So anyone who ever comes out with bleed, hey, cool, I guess. A little bit better there. Thunderbolt Gray. Yo, okay. 160% additional damage instead of 120%. That's fine, nothing crazy, not game changing there. Chiaki, this is the fire one. Origami him. Every 2% HP lost, healing increased by an additional 1.2. Grants 3 stacks of Origami Guardian. Origami Guardian is great. Origami Guardian is pretty substantial for damage reduction. Man, I wish there was like a better way to do this. Fire. Show me the fire. Chiaki. Origami Guardian. 35%. Which is kind of crazy. It goes to 3 instead of 2 here now. That's just straight damage reduction, which is wild. I like that. I think she's a little underused. Like, I think some people try to use like Mia, the fire healer there, to like, oh, the more buffs you have, the more damage reduction you have. I kind of think Chiaki, the fire one, if you're looking for just damage reduction, bro, Chiaki, the fire one's probably better there. And then obviously we have the boy Viper for damage reduction for like bruiser teams and in PvP, or just trying to survive some damage in PvE as well. And this will help you in PvE getting an extra stack. That's pretty cool. I like that. I don't know how game changing that'll be. We're gonna see illusions, reality warping Chiaki here. Probably not. Wild Rampage Rin. This is Fire Rin. 1 turn defense buff up for 2 turns and a shield equal to 300%. Cooldown reduced. Wow, this is actually kind of crazy. Cooldown 3 turn instead of 4 turn, which is helpful. That's a big shield. And if you put her on like Halloween or something, you might be able to just spam this like every other turn. If you just want to spam your S2, S1, S2, S1. That'd be pretty cool for giant barriers and shield buffs. All right. Here's the Tsutsumu. Damage mod increase, steel buff increase. He's trying to become the best Yelly he can be. It's S2, 280 mod increase. If it's a crit, 100% chance to inflict wound and block. Sure, are a lot of these buffs? Marvel, Makoto, Sybil, Researcher 41. I think some of these buffs are some of the characters that they nerfed on launch for some reason. Like Marvel, I think, had a nerf. I think a couple of these characters had a nerf. I know Researcher 41 down here had a nerf. I don't think any of these are kind of crazy. Like this will be a PvE buff for Marvel. Like who cares about PvP? Like usually if you pick Marvel and you don't win within 4 or 5 turns anyway, I don't know what's going on there. You either have won or lost usually. Okay. This is a big one. Wait. Grimfist Makoto, basic speed from 107 to 110, can reach 120 when upgraded to 6 stars. Hold on, wait, I wanted to use this character. Is she not gonna be dog water now? 360% defense mod as well. Okay, so if we're getting into the bruiser meta, dude, 120? 120 speed. So she's the same speed as like Holden. She's the same speed as Holden? Oh, she's like Earth or something. She's Earth around here somewhere. Yeah, cause she's kind of cool, man. I mean, she kind of just sits there and hangs out, but she's got Dispel. Yeah, she's got defense buff up for everybody, and then she just kind of sits there and counters. So if they have like AoE and stuff like that, you can do some pretty cool stuff with her. Being 120 speed makes it so you can kind of build her faster and strip some buffs off the enemies, which is cool. Because she was way too slow to be able to do anything like that before. So we'll have to see about that. I like that. I like that a lot. Shell All right. Shell adjustments. Revelation. In PvP modes, Revelation will be affected by the Etheria effect protection field. Wait, was it not already before? Is that why it was so strong? It wasn't getting its damage reduced by 30%. Shouldn't all shell effects be getting reduced by the Etheria effect? Huh? Is this not just a bug fix? Okay. Well, all right. So I know this. Listen, we'll put it on thumbnail. It'll be on thumbnail. We'll have Revelation with the giant X on it, and me going, yeah, just like that, right? Just like that. Get the views, and you'll come in here, and I'll be like, I feel like this is more of a bug fix than a nerf, but how will this change PvP RTA? Or even just normal arena. And I'm not quite sure. So my idea for nerfing Revelation would be a lot more simpler than this. And if this isn't enough, which it might not be enough, you could go with this. So let's talk about this one first, and we'll talk about my idea. So 30% damage reduction from Revelation. The one thing that this will do is it will help you as a bruiser player, because that's, supposedly bulwark, blah, blah, blah. Something that's supposed to help you. And it can, but you just need to hit a certain gear threshold, and it's really like threshold versus threshold. We all saw the world, was it the World Cup? Whatever the tournament they had streamed, right? Where it was just Revelation spam at the end and just like get fucked, basically. But one of the ways to try to combat Revelation spam is Bloodbath with Lighthouse. But if your stat quality just isn't high enough and they just hit you because they have too much attack or whatever, you don't have enough HP, and it wasn't getting reduced by 30%, you wouldn't be able to get that combo off and have it work properly, because you would just take too much damage between, even with Bloodbath on, and just kind of die. Especially if the person that was using the Revelation also just hit you really hard. Like, even like someone like Masia, right? So you couldn't reduce the damage enough, and you wouldn't be able to get that Lighthouse heal and push up over people. What this will do is it will alleviate that sort of like, I need to outgear them discrepancy, or I'll just die to the Revelation user anyway. The one thing which is big, because you put that on somebody, Bloodbath, Lighthouse, their Revelation opener hits you, and you're just like, I'm okay. You heal up, you push over the rest of their team, and then you counter them in some way, right? That's the idea, anyhow. But that doesn't work if you just die. So the 30% damage reduction, which is funny that it wasn't affected by Etheria protection. This should just reduce everything by 30%. I don't know why it wasn't reducing Revelation. But that should help you alleviate getting just one shot. What it doesn't help you alleviate, though, is the entire fucking enemy team can still wear Revelation. 30% is big, but when you have people that can just wear Revelation, you still have a bunch of characters that can just beat your socks off with Revelation, right? So we have people who can use it as openers that do multiple things. So you can Kazuya the Reverie, Revelation, right? 30 hits, sleep you, chunk you for a lot of your HP. Is it going to hit you for half your health? No, but it's still going to hit you for 35%, 40%, whatever of your health. Still crowd control you, still sleep you, still push you back. That's kind of a bit of a problem there. Freya can still wear it in conjunction with some of these other characters. Is it going to hit you for 60% of your health? No, it'll probably sell you for 45% of your health or something. Still push you back, still put Nightmare on you, which, interesting, right? More damage taken. Still give attack buff to everyone in their party for the rest of the Revelation users in there. Couple that up with someone like Kazuya the Reverie. All these characters who are fast and can also wear Revelation and debuff you. RC 77. Right, grappling gun attacks all enemies, which is crazy. Attacks all enemies. First attack single enemy and 120, and then the other ones are 3 hits. So he can stun somebody, get 4 hits of Revelation off on one person, defense break and attack down, and 3 hits of Revelation off on other people. Kind of absurd there as like an opener. Then you have like Yang, 6 hits to a single person and push up the rest of your team as well. Which isn't someone that we often see, but I'd be thinking about him, right? Also a very good Revelation user. So is it gonna help alleviate some of this stuff? Probably. I think so. It's gonna help you, like I said, not have to just super gear gap your opponent, or if your opponent's trying to super gear gap you and just one-shot you with a Revelation user, it's gonna help you in that circumstance get your Lighthouse combo off. However, it does not help you when someone's drafting Freya, 3 crowd control units, all of them on Revelation, shoving you back, pushing their team up, and still allowing them to do damage to you with Revelation. So, you know, the bruiser teams might be a little bit more successful with this nerf of Revelation, but it doesn't prevent Revelation stacking. And my idea for Revelation, it's a very simple one here. I don't even know actually if there is anything else in the game currently like this. That has a stipulation on it only working. But my idea would be before the order takes action, if they have the highest attack on your party, it works, right? Before the order takes action, if they have the highest attack, enables crit hit by the owner, blah, 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 all the rest of it afterwards. That way you can get the full effect of Revelation off, but you can't fucking stack it, right? I want to say that there was another Animus that was if you are X, or some other skill or ability in the game that was like if you are the highest health, or if you are the highest defense, or if you are the highest something in your party, it did something. I can't remember exactly what it was. I think there's something that exists like that in the game though, but I can't remember. I mean we have stuff like ally with the lowest health percentage, but like, yeah, that would be my fix for Revelation, is if you have the highest attack in your party. And it'd also be kind of cool because like you could kind of finagle it and still stack Revelations that way. Because think about it, like you have like a Freya that's your highest attack and also goes first, is on Revelation. Oh no, she'd get attack buff. Oh, that's what wasn't Freya. Yeah. So if you did what I said and made it only highest attack, you could still finagle it a little bit for 2 people to use Revelation on your team. You would have to use Valerian. Your first person would start the turn, get attack buff, have the highest attack, go. Then the second person would get attack buff and they would just have naturally higher attack, but they would now have highest attack because they didn't have attack buff before, and you'd be able to Revelation again. They allow you to still do cool things. If you wanted to get more than 1 Revelation off, getting like an entire team of Revelations off, probably not so much. Although if you perfectly speed tune something with a character who got attack buff at the start of their turn with Valerian, you could lowest attack first, second lowest attack, highest attack, the natural attack order, attack buff, attack buff, attack buff would make them each highest attack. You'd still be able to do it, but that'd be way cooler than just like I can do it and it's 30% less damage. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Golden Lion, host Animus skill S1 twice, damage increase 5 to 8%, effect accuracy 7 to 15%. Yeah, they really want somebody to use this. Listen, boss, I'm gonna tell you right here from the hip. I'm gonna tell you right here, Jack. I'm gonna tell you right here, Jack. No one's using this shell because it takes 7,000 years to stack up, in all of the PvE content and PvE or PvP content in this game will fucking kill you before you even get halfway stacked up most of the time, unless you're doing like Guild War boss or whatever, right? The guild boss thing. Or wolves or something. There's like 2 things that don't have enrage mechanics in PvE that'll just outright kill you a lot of the time, right? So no one's leveling this shell up. You know, it'd be cool, right? You know, they want to, you know, you want to put this on, you know, Yelly for PvE, or you want to put it on Rosa or something. But it's just like, hey man, Teramaton punched you with his arm and you died. Oh, I had half a stack. I don't know. Whatever. Kenai can no longer be triggered from shells. Oh, this is a big one. Hey, you know who you are out there if you're watching this. All shell skills will no longer be considered skill S1. Any effects that target or interact with skill S1 will no longer apply to shell skills. So, full disclosure, I did open up Reddit and I saw a lot of people fucking confused about this. I'll tell you what it means right now. People were like, does this mean that Yelly can't S1 anymore? Which I don't even know how the fuck you got to that conclusion, brother. But hey, so what this means is the fucking one you will always see in deck. This is for you, bud. Right here, passive, right? When playing the Lullaby, Kazuya Reverie's attacks under Slumber have a 100% chance to reduce their turn meter by 50% without removing Slumber. So her passive was applying to shell effects because it was treated like an S1 from the character, right? It was treated like an attack. It was treated like her S1. So if she had on, you know, anything that did like White Fang, if she had on Jackal, anything like that, it wouldn't wake up someone who was sleeping. This change means that she will now wake them up because they're no longer considered the character's own attacks. There's probably some other interactions like that as well. Also, funny enough, I guess Golden Lion doesn't do an attack, but yeah. Okay, interesting. And then Kenai no longer triggering from shells. Honestly, I think it's pretty safe what they did. I think it's funny they buffed up some bruisers. I think it's funny that they added some shield stuff. I think it's funny that they nerfed Revelation or bug fixed Revelation in this way. We'll see if it's enough. And if it's not enough, ladies and gentlemen, you know what you can do? If it's not enough, if the Revelation nerf's not enough for you to get out there, dude, and kill all these bruisers, bro, you just can pull this fucking character right here who's